What's up, peeps? I'm back, and this is Kimberly Purpose, and welcome to my blog. Today, I want to talk about relationships again. I want to talk about leeches. That's what I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about, are you a leech? And I guess how to identify a leech. I want to talk about leeches in relationships because, believe it or not, as human beings, we can be a leech psychologically. And what I mean by a leech, that means a person who uses someone for their own benefit. Or it don't necessarily have to be a benefit, it's just that you drain the person that you're in a relationship with. And when I talk about leeches, it doesn't necessarily have to just be in just a romantic or intimate relationship. It can also be with family members or friends. A leechy relationship can be very unhealthy, especially when you allow it to go on for an extended period of time and it's draining. It can be mentally draining, it can be emotionally draining, psychologically draining, spiritually draining, financially draining. It comes in all shapes and forms to the point where if you don't do something about it, it can definitely devastate you. So I guess I wanted to talk about this in two different parts as far as the leech. I guess the first part I want to talk about me. I guess I'll share my experience. I was in a leechy relationship, and I think that is, when I look back on everything, I think that is what caused me to spiral in how I ended up actually becoming homeless in the first place. If y'all don't know, I did two videos about being homeless, my experience of being in a homeless situation, and also I did another video about how I overcame my homeless situation, which I'm still working on getting out of this rut that I was in 5-6 years ago. It was a lot on me, but I was in a leechy relationship. It was on one side of a relationship where it was very draining. It was emotionally draining, mentally and physically draining, all the way around. You know, I had my stuff together financially and mentally and spiritually. I had a house, car, career, everything was established, but the other person that I was dealing with didn't have his stuff together. He didn't have, he was on the verge of losing his apartment. He was on the verge of losing the car that he didn't get in the first place, and in the verge of not having a steady job or losing his job too, as well, not having stability. So I thought I could be a great support for him, but instead it turned out to be a leechy relationship, and eventually it started to erode me to the point where, you know, it was affecting me mentally, it affected me emotionally, it affected me physically, and it just turned into a big whirlwind. It was like a storm, chaos, filled with chaos. So, enough said about that. So I'm just sharing you my experience of how I'm feeling, and this is for those who are actually going through it themselves. Being in a leechy relationship, it can actually tear you down. I think the point is, in order to avoid leechy relationships, you have to be quick at identifying it. Identifying a human parasite. That's what I like to describe a person who is a leech. The human parasite. You got to identify them quickly. Because like I said, if you got yourself together, you worked hard to build yourself up, your self-esteem, your self-worth, your career, your mind, your mentally, you really built yourself up, and it took years to get to this point. You don't want to be with someone who's going to tear you down. What I mean, I also did a video about your inner circle. It's important to have good, solid people within your inner circle. Y'all might want to check that out as well. And so when you have leechy people in your inner circle, that can also tear you down as well. That's why it's very important to know who are, you know, if you have really good people, good solid people in your inner circle. I'm sorry, I was looking at the camera to make sure it was still on. So if I was looking funny, that's what I was doing, trying to see if I still see the red dot, but it's still on. So, but anyway, what I was saying was the inner circle is very important. And if you got nothing but leechy people all around you tearing at your spirit, that means they could be leechy person in your family, it could be a leechy person in friends, leechy husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, you know, and it's just they constantly coming at you. It could tear your spirit down. It could tear you all the way down, not just your spirit, just everything, physically, emotionally, just tear you apart. That's why it's good to identify it quickly, because once you identify, you can nip it in the bud. Nip it. Because like I said, being around these types of people can bring you down. So that's my take on leeches. I don't want to get too long on this video. Like I said, this is part 1 about identifying leechy people and being able to do something about it. I might go into another video about more into details about it, because I see this all the time and it really frustrates me. There's one thing I have noticed about leechy people. Users, what I mean by leechers, these are people who like to use people, good people. It's like they always find the good people and just prop themselves on and just drain you out of your essence. And it's a lot of people out there that's like that. I don't know if they, and some of them know they're doing it and they do it anyway, and some people probably don't realize they're doing it, but I think majority of them do. They know what they're doing. Especially, you know, they know what they're doing. So, like I said, it's, you know, you just learn, everybody protect yourself. You know, if you know you're a good-hearted person, you worked hard to build yourself, don't let other people bring you down and tear down your spirit. Learn how to identify these people early on and get rid of it immediately. And try to surround yourself around positive people who's going to help build you up and bring more into your life. So if you're doing well, you don't want to be with someone who's got to get themselves together, you know, or got a lot of issues. You know, you want to be with someone who has the same mindset, who wants to build something. You don't want to be, okay, if you're one person, you trying to build, you got big dreams, big visions, and you're working towards something, and you got a person who has no ambitions, no dreams, and the only thing they can think about is how to use people and tear their spirit down, who's negative, you know, that is not going to be a good relationship. It's going to have the potential of being leechy. So I guess the point is to be identified. A lot of times you got to follow your intuition, your feelings, you know. And like I said in another video I mentioned, you know, write a list. Sometimes you have to do a comparison and actually analyze and see things for yourself. And be real with yourself. And so a lot of times when you get intimate with people, you can't see that. But sometimes you got to go with actions more so than words, because sometimes people will tell you what you want to hear, but then on the other side they say, oh, I love you, but they're beating you down. I love you, but they're stealing your money. I love you, but they're tearing your spirit. I love you, but I'm cheating on you. Yeah, right. You gotta look at the big picture. You look at the actions. They could tell you all. Like I said, leeches are notorious for telling you what they want, what you want to hear, and sugarcoating things. You know, giving you added fluff. But then they ruining your life in the process. You actually see. You gotta look at what they're doing. And I know it's hard, especially in intimate relationships, to see that. Me, I feel like I was a total idiot. That's why I had to watch myself. Yeah, I feel like a totally idiot, you know. It was right there in front of me, but I was like, you know, once you become intimate, like I said, with a person, especially when you're in a loving relationship, you know, um, you sometimes let your guard down, especially with women. I'm not sure men have that same issue. It don't seem like they do. I don't know. Y'all can tell me otherwise if that's the case. Because it seems like men, y'all don't get emotionally attached as much as women do. When we have sex or have intimate relations, where you make love to a person, you give this person your heart. You know, you sometimes become blind as to all the actions and stuff that's going around and surrounding you. You want to hear what this person's saying instead of seeing the actual actions. And sometimes you got to take those visors off. Got to take them off and see things for what they really are. And sometimes that can be pretty hard. You know, trust me, I understand. I've been there. And trying to stay away from that. Don't want to go down that road no more. And so I try to share with you all my experiences, and hopefully it keep you all from falling down the same pitfalls that I have gone through. But I'd love to hear from you guys. I might do a part 2 to it. You know, I think I might do one calling, you know, about are you a leech? How to make sure you're not the one who's being a leech. So, because it could go both ways. Anybody can be a parasite, a human parasite, and leech on somebody. And, you know, so the key is to make sure you're not one and make sure that you don't bring in one. But leave your comments below. Don't forget to like and to thumbs up. And till next time.